Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I have a book haul because I have no self-control. I worked really hard to be on that book buying ban, and I made it for a good almost 6 months. It's kind of ruined now. What are you gonna do? Of course, the boxes I have here, I've had for a little while. They've been kind of building up, but as you'll see, the boxes start to get bigger, which means I started falling off the wagon. And I think I'm officially laying on the ground dying at the moment because the wagon is going the opposite direction. I want to get back on it, but not bad enough to actually care. So I have a couple things to show you before I show you my BookOutlet books. So I had a vlog not too long ago where I showed you the books I got from this used books monthly box that were terrible, and to see my reaction as I open the box and start laughing and say, oh, this is terrible. Well, the other box that I had already purchased came in. So what happened was I bought the first one, they sent it out. I didn't get it. They charged me for a second one. They sent it out. I still hadn't gotten the first one. And then right before they charged me for the third box, I got the first one. Took one look at the box, laughed hysterically, and canceled my membership. But I had already paid for the second box. This is what I got. The first thing I got is Say a Little Prayer. It is obviously a library copy. It still has the plastic on, and it still has the little marking in it. I have no idea what this is about. It got okay ratings. From what I understand, it's about a singer, probably the one that sings that song, I say a little prayer for you. Yeah, that one. So I have not looked into this very much, but I probably will give this one a shot. This one, on the other hand, I'm really confused about. It's atomized, and it's about a cult and two brothers. One of them is a sex addict. I asked for romance. I have no idea what this is. This got reviews on it. I might start it just to see, but I have a feeling this is gonna go right into the unpall pile. This is why I canceled this series, this book subscription. The next thing I got was a Nicholas Sparks book. I will be honest, Nicholas Sparks I've read a couple of his books. Not a big, huge fan. He likes to kill off daddies, and I actually like my dad. This one's called The Lucky One. I'm not sure what this one's about. I haven't looked into it. I knew the name. I might give it a try. I might not. We'll see. And then there's this one, which is like the 15th book in a series. It's called In This Mountain, and I've never heard of this author at all. And it might be a romance, but it's the 15th book in a series. And I don't know. As far as these 4 books go, if any of you guys have ever heard of or read any of them, let me know, because as of right now, I'm ready to just say I wasted some money and they're all going into my get rid of stuff. I will take them to the library and see if I can trade them in for something I actually like. Because our library's got one of those little free bookshelves where you drop books off and you pick books up. So these ones might just get dropped off with the ones I got from last month, and I'll go pick out new ones because, yeah, I don't think so. Needless to say, if I want to try a new romance author, I will just look through BookOutlet, say, oh, that one looks fun. Who's this by? I'll go find out which number in the series it is. If it's number 1, I'll put it in my cart, which I did recently. And if it's not, I will either check my Kindle for it or I will buy it on ThriftBooks, because that was not the best way to go. I'm sure for some people that subscription service could work wonders, but for me, it just doesn't. I think that as open as I am about books, I do have some little sticky points, and those books qualified. So let me know. If there's anything in that pile that's worth reading, please tell me. If you guys have been watching any of my other stuff, like my wrap-ups, you will know that I have been reading the Outlander series. So ThriftBooks, I bought all these because these were most of the ones that I could not find on BookOutlet. I'd rather have them from BookOutlet because they're brand new, but because I couldn't get most of them there, I got them all on ThriftBooks. So I have Drums of Autumn. I have a Breath of Snow and Ash. I have the Fiery Cross, which has got something on it. Yay, that's what I get for buying used books. And an Echo in the Bones. So now I have, at least I should have, the whole series. I have number 3 behind me, so as soon as I finish up number 2, I'll start number 3, which is right there, and then I'll start working on these piles in about 6 months when I get that far. Okay, so besides ThriftBooks and BookOutlet, I have not bought any books in ages. Nothing from Barnes & Noble, nothing from my local bookstore, and I did get a couple things from the library I was telling you about. Next time I do that, I'll make sure I vlog it so you guys can see what I'm doing. But I've already shown you most of that stuff already in the past, probably in a vlog, because I haven't put them in a haul. If you guys want to see that stuff, just let me know. All right, so I have 3 boxes next to me. I have one little one, one medium-sized one, and one a little bigger one. I don't remember what's in them. I do know that I made a couple of stupid purchases, but I don't think those ones are here yet. So you ever have a book that you read a long time ago that you really liked, but you don't actually have the physical copies anymore? You see them on something like BookOutlet, and you think, oh my gosh, I love those books. And then you rebuy them, and then after you rebuy them and you're waiting for the box to get there, you're thinking to yourself, maybe I shouldn't have bought those in the first place. So I know for a fact that one of those boxes is coming and is not here yet. As far as everything else in here, I don't remember. Basically, when they get here, I'll look up the order to see if there's anything in there I absolutely need, and if not, I put it aside, and once I have enough boxes, I unbox them for you. So the 3rd box came recently. So we'll start little. This is my tiniest of the boxes, and it's super light, so I'm not positive what is in it, but we shall find out in a moment. It'd be nice to move back to the States, where it does not take me a month and a half to get these boxes. My cat's looking at me like I've lost my mind. Paper. Yes. Okay, remember my Outlander stuff? I got the 20th anniversary edition of Outlander. And it's so pretty. It's even got one of those little fancy bookmarks in it. The little ribbon ones. Oh, it's so soft. It's got a squishy cover. Okay, so yes, because I dropped the box on the floor. So we have Outlander, and I guarantee you everything else in this box is because of this. Because when this popped up, I was like, and I'm buying that because I adore this book. And I will continue to buy these books if they continue to pop up on BookOutlet. To go on that same vein, I also got The Scottish Prisoner. This is a spin-off of the Outlander series about one of the prisons. And there is several books. This is the Lord John series. I have been adding the Lord John series books to my cart when they pop up, but they always only have like 1 or 2 copies every time they pop up, and so they're always gone before I can get them. So I only have this one right now, but I'm probably gonna buy the other ones if I see them, and I will get to these eventually. I have no idea when I'm gonna read those, but yeah. Okay, so the last couple of books in this box, like I said, I have a feeling that one was the big one. Oh, this one's my husband's book. So this one's called Other World, and I don't know what it's about. All I know is that we were at the local bookstore. He found this book on the shelves, and he was reading it, and he's like, oh, that looks like so good. I want to read that. And I was like, they have it at BookOutlet. And he's like, will you buy it for me? So I put it in my cart when I bought Outlander and bought this for him. So no ideas. All I know is that it was in the YA section, and my husband got really excited. Okay, so the next book I bought was a Christina Lauren book. I read Roomies recently, and I loved it. And I heard that Roomies is one of the worst books that they wrote. And so I was like, if this is bad for them, I'm gonna love the other stuff. So I got Love and Other Words. It's one of the other few books on BookOutlet that I don't have. I don't have any of the Beautiful Bastard series, but they only have like the end of the series. I'm not gonna buy the end of the series at least not at this moment. I might change my mind, but Scribd has all of them and my library has some of them too. So I'll probably just get them on my Kindle. I'm getting better at reading on my Kindle. I used to be stuck at it, but I read like 3 books this month on my Kindle. So it's getting easier. So I will definitely be reading more Christina Lauren. I've been really into romance lately, and I found an anthology that had a book an author in that I absolutely loved. And I was curious and looked at the other authors in the anthology and decided to go ahead and buy a couple of the books from the different authors from the same anthology. This was the first one. I was in a vampire mood when I bought this, and this is Between a Vamp and a Hard Place by Jessica Sims, and it sounded really fun, so I went ahead and bought it. And then the other one that I bought from the exact same reason was this one. It's definitely not a vamp book, but it is Sweet Tea and Sympathy by Molly Harper. And again, they were in an anthology with one of my favorite authors, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy the anthology because I am so not ready for that. It's part of a series that's I'm not even close to touching right now. But the other authors in it, they sounded cute and I wanted to try them out. So I got another couple books. All right, so that's box 1. As you can see, it's kind of a small box. One of them was just because I love a series, another one was because it wasn't even mine. So, not a bad start. You're thinking, okay, I was holding to my buying ban then. I was only reading enough. I was only buying to replace what I read, which is probably a bad idea considering that all the books behind me are unread. I think this one was still in that middle ground. I'm not positive which one comes first, if this one came first or that one came first. I guess we'll see when we open them up, because one of them, I didn't care. I just went a little crazy, and I've done it a couple times since. So there's still a couple book boxes out there. One of them has got a book that my son asked for. Another one was because it was Mother's Day and my husband was gone, and I want a Mother's Day present and my kids don't care. So I bought it for myself. But again, those ones aren't here yet because I bought those in May. And it takes at least a full month to get here. So the question is, what is in the boxes that I have here? Because this was before I went and lost my damn mind. Let's see. We have paper and more paper. Oh, okay. All right, so keeping in with I wanted to read a couple of my favorite authors. Oh, I don't even know where to start. Okay, so let's start here. This is The Goddess of Legend. It is by PC Cast. I have most of the series now. I think I'm still missing one. I have not started it yet. The back of the book says this book is our last copy and if it does not meet standard controls, we'll be happy to please contact us. Okay, hopefully it's fine. But I bought most of these books between here and ThriftBooks anyways, so whatever, I don't care. But I love PC Cast books. I liked the series that she wrote with her daughter, but my favorites are the paranormal series that she wrote by herself. And this is a whole series of them. And I have not started it yet, but it's definitely on my to-do list. I have the first one sitting at the end of my bed with my Outlander books, so I can read them soon. On the same vein, we have, what else? I know I have another one in here. We have Charlene Harris. I know I read a lot of her mysteries, but I can never remember which ones I read. So this is the Aurora Teagarden series. This is the first 2 books. This is Real Murder and The Bone Pick. As you can see, this is not a very big book. So there's 2 books in here. So they're actually really small. And I remember loving Charlene Harris. She wrote the Sookie Stackhouse books. She does a lot of like mystery thrillers, and they always have like a little bit of a romance, sexy tilt in them. And they're always a lot of fun. I know I read one full series of hers. I can't remember if I started this one or not. So I bought it because I was curious. And then I also bought these ones. I have the Shakespeare's Landlord and Shakespeare's Champion. They're another one of her series. As you can tell, they're really small. Charlene Harris books are very fast reads and they're always a lot of fun. So I'd like to be able to start reading her again. So I bought a couple of her books. All of my old stuff, I'm not even sure where half of it is anymore. All right, and apparently I bought another Nora Roberts book. This is called The Villa. I don't remember buying this, so I don't remember what this is about. I thought I kind of bought all of Nora Roberts' books. There's one more in my cart right now. It's the second book to the Year 1 series. It's more of a mystery. I don't normally buy her mystery ones, I buy her romance ones, but I did have one of her mystery ones left. So I don't know what this is about. I'm assuming some sort of a vineyard based on the grapes, but I don't know. Apparently I got messed up because I didn't even realize I bought that. All right, and then another one that I bought is Ripper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir. I love watching her Instagram stories. She cracks me up. So I started buying her series because I think she is so amusing that I figured that I know that her books are more serious, but I just couldn't help but wanted to read them. And I bought Ember in the Ashes. I have every intention of starting it. I bought it from a real bookstore months ago and have not touched it. Now I have all three and I haven't started it yet. And there's a little part of me, the reason I haven't started it yet is because I know that she's still writing them and I don't want to get super engrossed into the series and then not be able to finish it. And part of it is because I've got a couple hundred books here that I have to read still and I haven't touched any of them. So I have Ripper at the Gates. And then the last couple books in here, I think are just cuz books. Okay, so this one is called Intercepted. I've heard a bunch of stuff about it. The new one just came out and it's called Fumbled. And everyone was raving about how great the series is. I saw it pop up on BookOutlet and I bought it. All I know about it is it's a romance. This is a book that I saw ages ago. It's called Blood, Water, Paint. And I remember it getting a lot of hype, but I don't remember what it's about. I'm not sure why I bought it. I do that a lot. This one sounded so stupid that I had to. Okay, so this is My Lady's Choosing. It's an interactive romance novel, and it's one of those pick your own ending ones. So you'll like read through it. Oh, look at that. There's someone in a kilt fighting. So you'll read through it and you'll pick your own ending. And so you can read this book 1,000 times and you get a bunch of different endings and it's a choose your own path. When I was a kid, they had like mystery novels that were choose your own path. I never read any of them, but my husband did. And he used to love them because you could like read the same book a couple times and you could like pick your own endings. And when I saw this, when I saw this as a pick your own ending romance novel, I thought it was hilarious and I had to buy it. If it's any good, I have no idea, but yeah. Okay, I bought this for the stupidest reason in the entire world. So this is called The Traveling Tea Shop. And I read an arc a couple of months ago that was called Rosie's Traveling Tea Shop. And it was a really, really cute story. And I'm thinking, I want to read more about traveling tea shops. So I bought this book because it's about a traveling tea shop, because that makes all the sense in the world. And the book that fell on the floor is supposed to be a romance fantasy. It's like a 5-book series. I have number 2 sitting in my cart, but I'm not gonna buy it until I start this one. But I was curious about it. It had decent ratings and I don't remember what it's about, but I do remember being really curious about this one. All right, that's box number 2. Box number 3. This one's a little heavier. This could be where I started getting into trouble. We'll see when I open it. So I have a feeling this last one was not quite the trouble I was thinking of. I don't know. All I know is that my book buying ban has gone away. Open. Open. There we go. shop at Book Outlet, please let me know if I'm the only one that does this, but I have a feeling I'm not the only one that does this. You'll see a book pop up on there and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I really want that book. There's 3 books left of that book. So you fill up your cart with things that you've been looking at or thinking about or possibly have already in your cart. You add that one to it and you check out. So because you wanted one book. This was mine. I want to read Brandon Sanderson. I've heard wonderful things about him. I now have a couple of his books, but only a couple. I think I have 2. This will make number 3. And we're gonna read this after I finish the Outlander books. I think this is the next big one we're gonna read. We want to read, me and Chris were talking about possibly reading Game of Thrones also, and she finds it hilarious that I have no idea what Game of Thrones is about because I've never seen it or read it. But I think that Sanderson's probably where we're gonna start, and this is a chunker. I am not gonna read this in mass market paperback, and it's hard to find in hardcover. Plus it's huge. So when I saw it pop up, I bought it, and then a week later there was 100 of them. I still don't have number 2 though. I have 1 and now I have 3, but now I don't have 2. Okay, and then to go along with the Outlander stuff, I have the 7 Stones to Stand or Fall. I want to say this is short stories. Yes, this is short stories based in the Outlander world. I need to figure out if I need to read any of these before the next book. And then the rest of this, I'm not sure. This one is called Stags, and Elle from the Glam Planner read it and loved it. It sounded cute. Do I have an excuse? Nope. We have this one, which is this Curl Design, which is the 2nd book in the Mortal Coil series. Have I read the first one? No. Do I not have the 2nd one? Yeah. As you can see, this is probably the box that I gave up on the book buying ban because I've got a lot of stuff in here. The next one is The Boneless Mercy. I heard a lot of hype about it when it first came out, and now you hear nothing about it, but I never got it. Now I have it. This one. Oh, there's 2 of the same book in here. Did I do that on purpose? Probably not. Okay, so this one is A Blade So Black. It is an Alice in Wonderland retelling. Yes, I bought this one on purpose. Yes, I remember what this one's about because I'm excited to read it. 1. Whoa. There's not 4 in here. There's 3. So what? How did I buy 3 of the exact same damn book? How did I not notice that it was $10 more than it was supposed to be? Oh, I'm so annoyed. How did I not notice this? I have 3 of these now. If you want one, tell me and I'll send it to you. Oh, so stupid. How did I do that? Why doesn't anybody... So I went to do this. 1 of each book. They are hockey romances. It sounded cute. I heard it on somebody's channel that they were supposed to be really good. I thought, oh, fun. I don't need 3 of them. All right, last couple books. I bought a Kirsten White book. Every Kirsten White book that I've read so far, I enjoyed, so I thought it'd be fun to buy another one. I don't know what it's about. Then I have another book from the same series that I told you about a little while ago from Charlene Harris. And then I also got this one. I was really curious about this author. I was really curious about this book. And so when it popped up, it's the first of a trilogy, I went ahead and got it. I'm angry with myself right now because I cannot believe I did that. Okay, So that's everything. I was gonna be all happy and excited and leave this on a nice good note. Instead, I'm annoyed as hell at myself for ended up buying 3 of the same book. And I honestly could not remember doing that. Ever put a book in there and then you don't think about it and somehow it ends up, I have no idea. All I know is I feel really dumb right now. But you know what, maybe if it had tripled up on a book that was like not a corny romance, I would be okay. No, it's the corny romance that cuts the triple up. So I don't know what else is gonna rate it. All right, well, that's all I've got. I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed my idiocy.